Hello, my lovelies. Elsie here to do your sneak peek for this week. How are ya? I hope this week has been good to you so far. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. If you are brand new, welcome, welcome. I hope you will stay. And if you do choose to stay, it'll be because of this beautiful high vibe tribe. We like to be in the comments around here. We like each other and we like to get to know each other. So if you're one of those people too, please be in the comments with us and let me know you're new. I want to know who you are and I just want to see your name, even if it's not your real name. And so we are here to read from Aries to Pisces. I do this reading once on a Monday or a Tuesday. I do all of the signs, and so I've marked everything down below in the description, so all you got to do is scroll this video. But please, 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 please stop watching tarot for just your sun sign. Please take a moment to go look for your moon and your rising. Natal charts are free everywhere. All right, here we go. Sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We're starting out with Aries. Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Happy birthday, Aries. I hope you're well. For those of you who will be celebrating this month, happy return to you. All right. Here we go, Aries. Your sneak peek for this week. Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Aries, please. Tell me about Aries. That's way too many. We will be reading here forever. That won't be a sneak peek. Be a long reading. One more time. Let's take a look here. Aries, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter, please. All right. We also got this one, which flipped over first. We'll take it. Of course. Here we go. Oops. Aries, I feel like there is something coming to an end, and I don't think you see it. I think it's going to end up in you feeling like you've been shivved in the side, you know? It's going to make you feel as though someone was lying to you all along. Yeah. And it almost feels as though you knew it, or it feels like you knew it, like your intuition, your intuitive bells were going off and you were kind of ignoring the red flags because maybe if we're talking about relationship, it may have been a new relationship. It may have been someone that really, really stimulated you mentally, I feel. You know what, though, this healing period that you're going to come up against here, I feel is what's going to give you courage to keep moving. For some of you, I don't think that you see this end coming. Someone could break up with you. The moon energy is also kind of like making it like feeling that it's worse than it really is. Things are not as they appear. And so I want to say for some of you, Aries, that it is not as it appears right now, and somebody's about to stick a knife in your back. Not literally, of course, but someone who you trust, I feel, is about to close a cycle with you. And I feel like your gain from all of this is courage. I feel you're supposed to go through this situation to learn how to heal. You don't see the healing coming. Yeah. You're going to need to be strong at the end of this cycle. I feel it's going to hurt you. It's not going to be fun. Interesting. Judgment's coming. It feels as though this thing does break apart. I feel you go into healing. I feel like you really don't communicate with many people while you're doing this healing all the while. I think that you are doing a lot of thinking. Yeah. Wondering how you got on, how you were kind of duped, or maybe you felt it coming because the moon energy's here. That's Piscean and Cancer energy, quite psychic. So you could have felt this coming, but maybe you are the one that didn't want to end it. Maybe you were waiting for the other person to call it, and maybe that's why you needed to have the strength here. But I want to say that the healing that is going to come from this, I feel like you're going to be like, well, what was the point of that? Because it feels very short. It almost feels like it's just a one cycle relationship. One cycle, right? We talked, we enjoyed each other, we went on a few dates, right? It doesn't feel like there was a whole lot of passion here, that maybe things never really moved past the talking stage. feels like you're thinking about all of that in healing. And the Judgment card, I feel, is here as a, you know, there is something here, I feel, that you do want to resurrect or resume. And I feel as though this Ten of Swords puts you in this Four of Swords for healing so you could make this judgment. Yeah. Whew. Just want to breathe for a second. Your readings always take my breath away. Like I need to just drop my shoulders for a second and breathe. It feels very, it feels like you are about to be seen is what it feels like. It almost feels like it feels a little reckless, okay? I'm just going to say it feels a little bit reckless. Like the Judgment card is here, which tells me it's not reckless. It's divinely guided by the universe, right? Something is now ready to resume, or you can resurrect it if you like to. And I feel like the Strength card, being Leo, just kind of shot me with a, I gotta go right now. It's like you have some sort of a revelation while you're in healing. Or maybe you had it even through this cycle, right? Oh, you're serious about someone. Four of Wands. So you're thinking about all of it, right? So it feels as though, yeah, that you're thinking about all of it with someone else. It could be someone who is Virgo or Pisces or Leo. We've got Pisces and Cancer here as well. It feels as though you're making some serious decisions while you're healing. You're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing these short little stints, these little, you know, wasting your time with? I mean, you're meeting people and it's not a waste of time, but you know what I mean, right? Why am I going on all these little dates when really what I want is this? Yeah, somebody wants all of it, like the Four of Wands. Like, can we move in? Can we raise our families together? Let's resurrect something here. I feel like there is some type of something that is coming up here, Aries, that you need to say, because I feel like you've been watching for a while. The Page of Swords. And so I'm just going to say that with the Four of Swords, I don't feel like you are terribly wounded in the Four of Swords. To me, if you're terribly wounded, you're in the Hermit energy, and you're not. You're in the Four of Swords, which is, I need time for me. I need time by myself. I got to think this over. Why did this happen? I'm just going to say you've got two fours, which tells me it's divinely guided, and you're in balance, which tells me you're on the right path. But I think you needed to get out of this cycle, this relationship, this job, whatever it is. You had to get out of that cycle in order to be able to learn a lesson that you needed in order to move ahead. So the Page of Swords, I feel like you've been watching someone here. Six of Wands that you would like to have victory with. This person you've been watching is someone who feels like home to you. Nine of Pentacles, and that person is single. Yeah. That person is not just single. They're also someone who is very strong and grounded and persistent with their growth, and is really generous, because the way that you get money is by throwing it at the universe, right? The way you get pentacles back is by throwing it at the universe, and the universe sends it back. And so I feel like this person is probably generous. Yeah. They're probably generous, and that's probably why they have all this abundance around them. And they're a hard worker. They could be someone who has a business. I feel like this is the person you want to have victory with. This could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Ooh, yep, that's the one. Wow, that really is the one. You're really serious about this. I feel with the Page of Swords that you want to have a conversation, but you don't know what to say. Because the Page of Swords is always seeking knowledge, and this is a very sort of remedial or young person who doesn't really have all the words. And although I'm not saying you don't have the words, I think you just don't know what to say. You don't know how to open the door. I feel like this leap of faith, if that's what it is that you're doing, taking a leap of faith with someone, possibly for some of you from the past. For others of you, it's the Judgment card is present here to say you're making a very big decision that's going to change the trajectory of your life. And it's going to be very happy. I think that you're you're taking a leap with somebody here who you feel gives you dependability or feels like very solid or down to earth. And I feel as though you're ready. Yeah, you're ready to jump. There it is, right there, Aries. The Fool, that's you. That's Aries. Yeah. You're ready to jump right into it. The Nine of Cups. That's what I think, Aries. I think it's this week. Look, let's look at the bottom of the deck, just because I saw the Death card. Transformation. So there's transformation in some type of communication that was previously really hard with someone here, Aries. The Seven of Moons tells me it left you really confused and disconnected from them. Eight of Moons, which those are cups, by the way. And it left you sort of like with a broken sleep pattern, worrying about it. What am I going to do to figure it out? You never let go of it, though. You never did. You never let go of a person or this idea or whatever it is. It could be a person, Queen of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, like you, or that could be you. Page of Cups is in the reverse. That tells me that you think it's an unrequited love situation. And I guess it's to be TBA, to be announced, right? To be announced, Aries. All right. Here we go. For my Taurus gang, my bull gang, how are you? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And whether you're here as someone who has Taurus on the chart or you're cross-watching, you're always welcome, of course. I hope you'll be down in the comments. Love to be there. I want to get to know you. I like to get to know you guys. And so I do come back here a few times a week, Taurus, and give you a few other readings during the week. I am a Taurus sun, and I do that for the Taurus tribe because they voraciously eat up the readings. So I give them as many as I can. Okay, here we go. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me more about Taurus, please, for this week. Sneak peek for this week, please. Oh, there you are. What's this? We've got a Two of Pentacles. What are you juggling? What's going on here? You feel like you're juggling this week, Taurus. You might be juggling and you might be learning something new. Juggling maybe the knowledge that you're receiving with something else, with regular life, like your spiritual life. I feel like your spiritual life is here and your regular life is here, like your 3D life. You might be juggling between those. It's going to be okay, though. Yeah. So if you've been having a hard time with juggling performance at work, with everything that's going on at home, and trying to keep your spiritual self in line, I think that there's going to be some relief. Yeah, when I see this card, I just want to exhale. It's like whatever this is here, it feels like a group of people or a lot of people watch you, or it feels like you could be a public figure. You don't have to be, but it feels like you're in a public place. So maybe you're a barista, right? And you have a group of customers that'll come in between 8 and 9 in the morning because they know that you're there at the cash register. Do you know what I mean? It feels like you have some type of adoration from people around you, whether you are a public figure or not. Like whether your publicity is online or in the neighborhood is what I mean. You know, maybe you're a bus driver, right? Yeah. All right, there we go. Some more Taurus, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus. What do we got? Oh, interesting. We've got Taurus and Libra, which is the Empress, by the way. And both Venusian signs. Very interesting. Downloads. I feel like, Taurus, that you have been thinking or overthinking what it is that you want to do in the very near future. It feels like you are looking into the future. I want to say that the Nine of Swords and the Chariot tell me that it's almost like you have so much in your head that you can't empty it, is what I want to say, that you're constantly in worry or fear. You might be experiencing broken sleep patterns. I mean, there's lots going on atmospherically or astrology-like, so there could be a lot of reasons why. We do have a full moon coming up in Libra, I believe. That's in Libra, and we have air energy here. It feels like there is. It feels like you get pulled out of your comfort zone, is what I want to say. Like, it feels like you are working Groundhog Day. Do you know what I mean? Like you're trying to keep the spiritual stuff spiritual, trying to keep the 3D stuff 3D. You're trying to keep your fire in place, right? So you can go to work and be passionate about things. But I feel as though that all of this is the way that you stay in balance. And I feel like you're about to be rocked out of your balance. That's what I want to say. Yeah. That you have manifested something that you've obsessively been thinking about and worrying about and wondering about what the future is going to be like. I feel like you have memory of the past. It feels like that this moon in Libra that's coming up is necessary for you to be able to close some cycles and to be able to let some things go. That's what it feels like. You could be dealing with Libra. You could be dealing with the Taurus. Of course, you are Taurus. The moon child is here in a very precarious spot here because the moon child is all of the energy that you get through the crown chakra, right? It's all the downloads. It's what makes you spiritually grow. And it's in a place of it's like hustle bustle almost between the 2 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. It's almost a little bit of hustle and bustle in the midst of all of that. It feels like you take a moment to take balance and you meditate and you manifest. And I feel as though because you have that practice, and whether it's semi-consistent or consistent, I don't care. Whatever's on your mind is what you are manifesting currently, whether that be negative or positive. And it feels as though you, in the juggling and the spiritual stuff, and really, I think that this Libra energy is so very, very important. It feels like you take time to meditate. You take time to deliberately manifest. It feels like you get a lot of balance from your spiritual self, and that's what keeps the 6 of Wands moving. That's what keeps the 2 of Pentacles in the air, right? It feels as though you have a lot to do in your day. Why is the 9 of Swords here, please? You know, this is the 9 and the 10 comes next. And right here is where you can put the burdens down and wait for the cycle to end. So I want to say, please, if you are the one who's feeling heavily burdened by something, please take a moment to write it on paper and then destroy it the way you want to. Do it safely. But, I like to burn mine, but make sure that you're doing it all safely, please. I feel like it's time to close a cycle here. And when you close this cycle, I feel like you get momentum, because I feel like the 9 of Swords here has been clouding your downloads. I think you're getting the downloads, but it feels like you're in confusion here. It's almost like your brain won't stop chattering and you have the downloads and you need the silence and the quiet in order to be able to process what you're learning here. So make sure that you are doing your regular meditations or prayers or whatever it is that you do. Whatever it is you do to connect to your source. 7 of Wands. What do we stand our ground on? 7 of Pentacles. We're standing our ground on waiting. So Taurus, I feel like you've been thinking and worrying about somebody who's going to contact you, or you wish somebody would contact you. That's what it feels like. You want to say something to someone, but you're waiting on it because you want it to come forward to you first. And for those of you who are the Empress, that's exactly how you know exactly what you're doing. Yes, absolutely. You wait for it to come find you. And that's the only way that you're going to know it's yours, is if it comes to find you. So I feel like you are standing your ground on the waiting. I feel like this has come from some sort of a download that you have, that the way to success maybe is to just hang out here and not act quickly, or because we're feeling anxious, or, you know, looking too far ahead or looking too far back there. I think that you're trying to stand your ground in the waiting here, waiting for something. What are you waiting for? You're waiting for some type of cycle to come to an end so you can move on. Interesting. Where are you going to? Going to the Empress. Okay, so I feel that you are in the midst of an ascension or learning lessons, or you're learning a very big lesson right now about moving on and doing your own thing and leaving whatever it is in the past. And should it be yours, it will come to find you, because whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's the damn truth. It's all of the truth. But the problem is with society is we're so used to getting everything on our phones in a millisecond that we don't know how to wait. Yeah. You know who knows how to wait though? The Empress. The Empress knows how to wait because, well, that's Taurus and Libra, right? That's balance. And Taurus ain't going a damn place. I mean, you got to push us out the door. We like to be at home. We like to be the Empress, right? Whether you're feminine or masculine, you like to take care of your home. You like to adorn your home. And I'm not saying that it's any, you know, beautiful place by any standard, but it's yours and you decorated it and it's yours and it's home. And I think that that's the Taurus energy, but the Libra energy is here too, right? I moved on to being grounded and balanced like the Empress. So somebody here truly has left something in the past here. Two of Wands, and then you go on some type of journey. Tell me about the moon child. What are the downloads that we're getting here? What do you know, Taurus? What do you know? Moon child, please. You know that there is something coming that's been taking the longest time ever. Ever in the history of tarot. It's taking the longest time ever. And I think it is taking its time because I think somebody's still working some things out here, standing behind the fear wall, maybe ready to come out. Somebody is coming out of a place of being stuck, it feels like. And it's been traveling for a very long time, whatever it is to you. It feels like it's been traveling a long while. Yeah. It's all about a deep depth of love, and it feels like there is somebody here, whether you or them, somebody here is really scared of their feelings, scared of the depth of which they love you or that you love them. And that's why it's been taking so long. It feels like it's been a long while, and I feel like you're waiting for someone to come out from behind the fear wall. That's what it feels like here. And whilst you're doing that, I feel like you become the Empress because you've waited so long and you've learned all the lessons. It's all giving you balance. Yeah. It's all giving you balance. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, Taurus, I think that's this week. I feel like that there is going to be something coming towards you here with the Chariot that you already know that's coming. I think that you feel it, my Empress. I think that you already feel that it is on the way. Yeah. And I think you're waiting. I think it's good that you are. Yeah, it's really good that you are. I think that's what you're supposed to be doing right now. All right. And hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for coming here. Thanks for clicking here. I do appreciate you. And if you're a cross watcher, always welcome. All right, Gemini, here we are. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Gemini, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. You can look in the description. Look for the yellow dot. Everything you need is there. All right, here we go. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for this week, Gemini. Your sneak peek for this week. Sneak peek for this week, Gemini. All right. We've got the Empress in reverse. We've got a bunch here that have turned up, so I will take them all. All right. You know what I think? I feel as though you're very distracted at work these days. Yeah, Gemini, it feels like you could be very distracted at work. It feels like you're working a lot. For those of you who this is, if this is about work, I feel like you really like your job or love your job. It's something you've always wanted to do, or you're very good at it. You juggle a lot of things, but you're okay because you're happy. I feel like you're happy to juggle. Yeah. In order to keep this job. But, I feel like you are not, I'm going to say that you're not, I feel like some of you, not all of you, of course, and hopefully you don't take offense to it, but the Empress in reverse tells me that you're not working to your full potential. And when I say full potential, I don't mean financially. I mean potential happiness. It feels as though it's like you have to tuck something under your arm in order to go to your place of work. And that might be your feelings, or how do I say? With the Empress in reverse, that perhaps you do work that you enjoy or possibly love, but I feel as though it's hard on you. It's grueling. It's something that that doesn't. I don't think it's your passion. No, I don't think it is your passion. I feel like you let everybody know that you love what you do, but given the chance, I don't think that you would do it. Given the chance, I feel like you would do something, you'd work at a job that made you happy. And I feel like you are juggling at this place of work. Although you love the work, I feel like you do love the work, but I don't think it's 10 of Cups happy, understand, right? I feel like there still is something out there that the perfect job is out there for you. And the Empress in reverse just tells me that maybe you're not as disconnected to this particular workplace. And you could be happier and more balanced elsewhere, that maybe you're not feeling as abundant, or maybe they're not paying you enough to do what you do. So for those of you who are looking at this as a love read, we do have the Empress who is in the reverse. We have Libra and Taurus in the Empress. And the Empress in reverse is someone who doesn't really realize their worth. So I don't know if you're the Empress or somebody else is the Empress. If we're looking at this as a love reading, it's like when you may have worked with this person in the past, and this person in the past did not see their worth. Therefore, I feel like you may have ignored it or didn't see the potential in it, because the Eight of Pentacles has their back to the Empress in reverse. So it tells me that this is past. You've known someone in the past, or you just, you were so busy in your workday that I feel like it was somebody that you felt that it just was not working up to their potential. I feel they weren't as abundant as you saw them. They really didn't understand that they were super abundant. And even though this person maybe didn't realize their worth, they still were really happy. And I think that's what, if we're looking at a workplace thing, I feel like that's what you really enjoyed about them. And it was like, this 10 of Cups is at the back of the 8 of Pentacles. It feels like this person brought maybe a little bit of touch of home, or was super kind, or was your work husband or your work wife, or, we all have one of those, or we all did have one of those at the office, where you were really close to one person. Yeah. That's what it feels like. But it also feels like there's some things here that were never said. So in amongst the hustle and bustle of the day, it feels like if this is a love reading, that there is somebody here who was juggling their feelings about you, or you were juggling about them. But ultimately, I feel as though somebody had some pretty deep feelings here and didn't express them. Didn't express them, I'm going to say, because it feels like, Gemini, that you didn't express them because you didn't see this person's worth. Or maybe they didn't, and so therefore you didn't. Tell me about the 7 of Swords, what's being revealed here. Knight of Swords, you want to talk about it. We now got 8 swords, but you're up in your head. I feel like you have some crazy big feelings for somebody. Gemini, if you are the Empress in reverse, I feel like you've really been working on your self-love. And that is something that is definitely going to lead you to happiness. Amongst all the juggling, it doesn't matter how busy you get. You never forget that self-love once you start it. Yeah. Okay, so there is, I feel, whatever the situation is, whether it's workplace or not, it doesn't matter. But it does feel to me like somebody wants to speak about a connection that they feel with you now. I really think that the Seven of Swords is you. I think that you're the one who's been up in your head about someone that you feel is a soulmate or someone who's a longtime friend that way back here you had a whole cup of love for. You may have been juggling your feelings about some people. Maybe you were in a relationship. Oops. We have the Three of Swords. It was disappointing. What was so disappointing? Tell me about the Three of Swords. We had to move apart from each other. One of us had to go. So one of you, maybe if this is a workplace thing, one of you left the workplace or moved away. It was disappointing that this friendship was sort of cut away because I feel that there is some distance between you. And then we stopped talking. We're not really saying anything to each other. We begin to manifest happiness, begin to manifest the sun, begin to manifest seeing you again, wanting to see you again. The sun is Leo, right? All the world's a stage. I'm over here, right? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's about being lit up and clear. I feel like somebody is not saying so, but they're very clear now on feelings that they have for someone that possibly didn't see their own worth when you either worked together or worked on something together, or maybe you were trying to work on feeling better about yourself, but it feels like this person really had some big feels for you. That's what it feels like. Or maybe you had for them. Take that as it resonates, right? Yeah, it feels like there's somebody here that you feel like were the ships that came in, but then we have the Hermit and the Devil, and it feels like it's almost as if you thought about it, but then you automatically had doubt about it. No, this can't be true. This can't be true. That's what it feels like. It's like something that you wanted to be true. Yeah, Three of Cups, you wanted it to be true, but I feel as though you weren't sure, and so you didn't take action. That's what I think, Gemini. All right. Here we go, Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer, how are you? I hope you're well today. And happy Tuesday/Wednesday. I don't know when this will get uploaded. I think it's going to be probably late Tuesday or early Wednesday morning. Nonetheless, I hope you're well. And here I am with a sneak peek for your week. It's for this week. And Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer. Cancer. We have, excuse me, we have the Three of Cups, we have the Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Cups. Cancer, I feel like there is, I feel like this week, and I think we talked about this before, if I'm not mistaken, but it looks like this week is that you are very much thinking in your feelings this week, and which is not uncommon for you, Cancer, because you're very, very deep. But the Three of Cups here tells me that you want some kind of an emotional reunion with someone, but the Nine of Wands is stopping you. I think you're allowing whatever burdens you're carrying about the situation or about how you feel. And it could definitely just be because you're ready to express your feelings to someone and you're holding back, or you're behind the wall, or you're scared you're going to get hurt. And aren't we all? Right? No risk, no reward. That's how it is. That's why we're supposed to learn how to heal in this life, right? Because then we can just keep healing from the things that, we never get to the Nine of Wands. If we can just keep healing those things as soon as they happen. But I feel like you have some burdens that you're carrying around. I feel like it's been a little bit of heavy energy for you, and that you're used to getting hurt. And so I feel like the Knight of Cups and the Three of Cups here is 4 cups to me altogether. And it feels like you are sitting in some, stale energy here, trying to make a decision about whether or not you're going to step forward and reach out romantically to somebody in some type of reunion, Cancer. Maybe you just want to take them out to a public place. Three of Cups is also about dating. It's about socializing. So maybe, they're going to be a +1 for you or something. Maybe you just want to take them out. But I think this time what you want to do is, so maybe you know this person. Look, we're almost in the retrograde period. Like, we're in the shadow phase starting on the 7th. So I'm going to start saying things like that because it just feels natural to do so. So it feels like there is something here. Something that you are deeply afraid of. I think it's feelings. Yeah, that's what it looks like. It feels like there is regret that you've sat so long here in the Moon and the Nine of Wands energy, being afraid to emerge, but being afraid to go too deep. Like it feels like you're too scared to look really within depth into the Moon energy. It feels like there's too much fear for you to do that. I think you really want the Two of Cups, but it's a fear of the dark, essentially. You don't know what lies ahead, and you think that this always ends up in you getting hurt. And that's why I say, that's why you need to practice resiliency. Because if you wear this great big, as Brene Brown would say, if you wear this great big, clunky armor everywhere you go, that's great. You stay safe in there, but of course nothing gets out either, right? You can't make meaningful communication or connection with anybody. So I feel like you have some regret about some type of romantic situation, and it feels as though there is like a deep fear, a deep emotional fear that gets triggered within you when you think about the situation. But I do believe that you're very much romantically in love with somebody here. Three of Cups, Two of Cups, and the Knight of Cups, right? There's love and romance, and I feel like you have a lot of feelings for someone here. And I feel like you're going to take action, I feel. There probably is a great attraction to this person for you. And probably vice versa as well. The King of Wands. The King of Wands could mean that maybe you have dated this person before, or maybe you've been in and out of their life. The King of Wands will always go in for the passion first, so that could be a situation too. You may have had a physical relationship with this person. But I feel like the King of Wands is the brave one that steps forward to walk through the Moon energy, because it's scary there, anything could pop out at you. Yeah, it's kind of scary there, right? In the depths of the, knowing that you kind of always get hurt when things get too deep. I feel like the King of Wands is your front man. If you're the band, I think that you're the drummer and you're the one that has the most talent, but you put the front man out there. And I think that that's the King of Wands, because Cancer, you're just so beautifully deep and complex underneath. But I feel as though you might have a rising sign in fire, because I think your front man is probably Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Got the Six of Wands. Got the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Interesting. So although you do want the victory, it's because of your past of being hurt, because that's who the Six of Wands is, right? The person who is finding victory after the fight. So it feels to me that the fight for you has always been the Nine of Cups in the reverse. It feels like it's not attainable for you, or you can't reach for it. Or maybe you're not reaching for it. But it feels like you want that as a victory, but it almost feels like it's too far-fetched for you to think about, that you could be as happy as you could be, like in your wish fulfillment. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Yeah, it's because you've been hurt before. Nine of Cups is in the reverse because of the Ten of Swords, because you've experienced these really hard endings. And you have been hurt before. You've been deceived. Yeah, you've been lied to. You've been cheated on. Like, there's been so many things that have happened to you. I think that you just don't really believe in fairy tale endings. You don't believe in wish fulfillment. And that's where you stay right there behind the fear wall. You are the wounded warrior. Warrior. You are the wounded warrior. So judgment is here. It feels like after some kind of ending, another ending, that you are thinking about someone in the past and that you're wanting to resurrect something that maybe you think is dead or they think is dead. I feel like you have a deep, really deep soul connection with someone here that you are interested in being more open with. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse, which tells me this person, maybe you feel them as a healing person, a healing energy. I feel like you're quite psychic as well. Judgment card for me is Pisces and Virgo. And then we have the High Priestess, which is Pisces. We have Pisces and Cancer energy. Like, we've got so much psychic energy here. I feel like you are trying to find the strength to come out of hiding. Yeah, and to start talking. I feel like you feel spiritually connected to somebody, and may almost feel like a physical connection. Like, when people are really connected to each other, it can feel like that at times. I feel like you're trying to be strong enough or trying to gain the courage to, with the Four of Swords in the reverse, to try and communicate with somebody again. Two of Wands. I feel like you're about to make the decision to do that. I think you will. Yeah, I think you will. Who is this person that you love? Could be someone who is a Virgo, doesn't have to be. The Five of Cups and the Hermit tells me that you're still looking back there. Yep, you are. And you're looking back with regret. It feels as though you are trying to find the wisdom in it. I feel as though you could have been dealing with someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and that you ended up being very much in love with this person. I feel like it's all in the moon energy. There's the Eight of Cups. We disconnected from each other. Seven of Swords. I lied. I lied about my feelings. So I feel like you were hiding your feelings, to be honest, because it feels like it was too hard to bring to the surface and you didn't want to fight about it. It feels like maybe this person had bigger feelings for you than you had for them. But I think that in this time here that you've had to be away in hermit mode, I feel like there's the Two of Cups that has sprung upon you here. You have romantic love that you want to take action on. All right. Thanks, Cancer. All right, Leo, you are next. How are you, Leo? I hope you're well this week. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. Whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or you are Cross Watcher, you're always welcome. If you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Go to the description, find the yellow dot. Everything you need is there. Readings begin at $40. Okay, Leo, it's coming up this week. What is coming up this week? Oh, look at you. Of course you are the thing on your own mind. Oh, Leo, I love that energy. And we've got the Hierophant and we've got the High Priestess. Interesting, very interesting cards. We've got all major arcana here, which means there's a lot of change coming up in your week. It feels as though... Okay, so first of all, we have Taurus, Leo, and we have Pisces energy here. These two are connected spiritually. So I don't know if you have Pisces in the chart or Taurus in the chart, or if we are talking about a Taurus or a Pisces, but it feels like you have had some type of an eye-opening change of thought pattern. You've had some sort of a eureka, or I feel like it's a spiritual moment, or it's a spiritual clarity moment, a moment of spiritual clarity. And it could be about yourself, your spiritual self. Yeah, we've got all spiritual cards here, right? It could be about your spiritual life and how it pertains to your children. For sure, the Sun is about that as well. Tell me more about the Hierophant, please, and the Sun. You're seeing something clearer now. And I think it's something that you didn't see before in a spiritual way. Five of Pentacles and the Moon. Interesting. Okay, so what I want to say for some of you is there's been a disconnect between you and the Hierophant. So either you and the higher self, or you and your, maybe you and the higher self. Maybe it feels, for some of you, you could be disconnected from your clergy. Maybe you're not going to church right now. For others of you, though, it feels like the Taurus energy could be a person. We could be talking about Taurus, Leo, and Pisces, right? And if that's the truth, then it looks like, Leo, that you've been disconnected from a Taurus, or you've been disconnected from your spiritual self for a while. The Moon energy is here, which tells me that things are not as they appear. And I think that you're the master at making things not as they appear. That it feels as though you keep very quiet about what's in the Moon energy here. Whatever is hiding is what you would like to stay hiding. It feels like the disconnect is in the darkness. The disconnect is in your soul understanding that, Leo, when you walk into a room, your energy is big. Your people are just drawn to you because of this magnetic energy that you have. I think I'm looking at someone here who probably has Earth and Pisces in the chart. Maybe, I feel like that you're a Leo that has a very psychic side and a very spiritual side as well. I feel like you're someone who gets downloads, but possibly that you're so disconnected from, I feel like there's a disconnection process here with the High Priestess. There is silence here. You could have silence right now with a Taurus. I know, I'm all over the place. Yep, I know it. There's lots of energies pulling at me here. King of Wands in the reverse. Ego. Yeah, that's true. Charlie says it could be an ego death with all of this beautiful energy. It could be an ego death. It could be, I'm not going to feel disconnected from my spiritual self anymore. It's time to start really seeing things for what they are. Because I think that sometimes you're okay with the Moon energy, Leo. That you're okay with not seeing things as they are. But it feels like with the Five of Pentacles that you're going through something really tough right now. And it feels like you're either disconnected from your higher self or your spiritual self or your church group or whatever collective you're in, or that you are disconnected from a Taurus. But it feels like you're in the midst of something that's kind of dark and heavy right now. It feels like an ego death because the King of Wands is in the reverse next to the Moon, next to the Five of Pentacles. Tell me more about the King of Wands, please. Tell me more about the King of Wands. But the Five of Swords in the reverse. I don't want to fight about it. That's why you stay quiet, I think. I feel as though you're hardest on yourself. What's that song? I'm getting a song. What does he say? He says, I rage on the world with something inside, with the anger inside. And that's what I feel like it's almost like you keep your rage inward. You keep your anger and your rage inward. And it feels as though you just couldn't do it anymore. That's what it feels like. I can't just keep this on the inside. What song is that? Oh, it's Bad Liar by Imagine Dragons. You're a bad liar. It's really hard for you not to show the world what's going on underneath. It feels like I don't want to fight anymore. And I just need to work on I need to work on coming out from behind the fear wall. I don't want to be hurt anymore. Wow. I don't want to be hurt anymore. I'm going to decide to be brave. Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's working on coming out from behind the fear wall. Yeah, there's been healing here. I think it's you, Leo. Queen of Pentacles. I think you want to heal either your finances or you want to get better stability. You want to be more dependable. I think you want to be more generous and persistent and more tethered to the earth. I think you want to be a little less impulsive and a little more grounded. And I think that's what your gut's telling you here, because that's all coming up around the High Priestess. I feel like there is some healing to do, and when the healing is done, I feel like you will come out from behind the fear wall, because the Nine of Wands is in the reverse, and you're really working on that right now. I think you're in the struggle. I think I'm speaking to someone who's in the struggle, who's losing the ego and making realizations. All of these cards together tells me we're making realizations intuitively, spiritually, and I need to tell everybody that it's going on. Got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, the Ace of Wands, Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. I was just looking at the disconnect. If you all are looking at this as a disconnect between you and a Taurus, then it feels like you are going through a space and time where you're healing, and I think you want to begin something new. I think that you don't want to be single anymore. That's what I see here. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands, and then we've got the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't think you want to be single anymore. I think you just want to heal it. Yeah, it's time to make a decision to do that. 8 Cups, because you're disconnected emotionally and you're not giving anyone reciprocity right now. Page of Wands tells me that you do want to send some type of passionate message to someone, but the Six of Swords in the reverse tells me you're not going to do it. Yeah. And we've got the 10 Pentacles, but you know that you have a lot of feelings for this person, and the 10 Pentacles are here. You see them as everything. You see this person possibly as the Empress. So I think this week you're really pondering, you're really thinking about what you're going to do next in terms of relationship. And I feel like this week is a big week that you make some really big decisions in your life, I think. All right, Virgo, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Virgo, if you're interested in a private read, you know what to do. Go to the description. Here we go. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is your sneak peek for this week, Virgo. Your sneak peek for this week, Virgo. Tell me about Virgo, please. Oh, right. Okay. That one came out too. Put these guys back. You think your manifestation's not coming in. You're waiting for love. You know what I think? I feel like, Virgo, that you are here as you will be, right? Virgo energy. And I feel like you are looking very closely at a situation right now that has to do with romance. I feel like you feel you might be, that you feel you could be being manipulated at this time. Manipulated in love. I think you're trying to find the answer. You're in hermit mode, you know, just thinking about it. Is this really what I think it is? Comes out the Magician and the 2 Cups. Some funky magic going on here. Something's off, Virgo. You feel it when it's off. You're grounded, you're Virgo, and you're spiritual AF. Vibrational. You feel like you're being manipulated by the Queen of Cups. Oh. That's why you're thinking so hard on it. Because I feel like you are with a soulmate right now. Yeah. The King and the Queen of Cups, right? We've got Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. These two are in love. I feel like you are probably the masculine that I'm connecting with. Doesn't have to be, of course, but I'm not going to ignore that the Hermit is looking at the King of Cups. So I feel like you are trying to make a decision about whether or not you're being manipulated and loved by the Queen of Cups. You see the Queen of Cups as someone who gets what they want. They might use love as manipulation. They could use their love energy as and the thing is that the Queen of Cups is in the upright, and that's why I'm kind of stammering and being careful, because the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Cups in the upright, is someone who's very beautiful and loving and gives to everyone, and is, has a motherly energy. But I almost feel like it doesn't feel right. It feels like the Queen of Cups maybe sometimes does that to get what they want, and not all the time. And doesn't appear that way, but it feels that way. And I think that's why the Hermit's here, to go over some details. Like, wait a second, was that what I really thought it felt like? Yeah, I feel like there is a disconnect here between you and your soulmate. So I think that's why you're in Hermit mode. I think that you're not really discussing it, but you're thinking about it. I don't really know. Like, I know that I have the same kind of feelings as the Queen of Cups, but it almost feels like there's a little bit of manipulation going on here. And the Eight of Cups tells me that this manipulation on the part of whoever the Queen of Cups is, feminine or masculine, is there. It's causing a disconnect here. It's causing us to pull apart. It's making you, Virgo, sort of look at, walking away possibly, or disconnecting and going to look for the other two cups. Does need to be a conversation. Yes, there does need to be a conversation. If you feel like there is emotionally space between you, that's why you're not talking, because we got the Eight of Swords here, right? So it feels like you want to talk, but you have a feeling that if you do talk, it's going to bring something to an end, or the cycle's going to close. Because we have 9 swords here now, right? You've been worrying about what to say, how to say it. You're not sure what decision you want to make. You can't make a decision. You're kind of obsessively thinking about it, but you feel like your hands are tied, that you really don't have a choice and you can't go anywhere. So you don't have the opportunity to physically go somewhere. I feel like that what you choose to do then is to emotionally disconnect. What are you, why do you feel your hands are tied? You feel like there's happiness somewhere else. The swords in the reverse tell me, the 4 swords in the reverse tells me that, the communication between you and the Queen has been spotty at best. And it feels like you want to make a decision that will make you happy. But you're going to have to come out of hiding to say it. You're going to have to start speaking it. You're going to have to be the Queen of Swords and the 4 swords. You're going to have to say it out loud. No matter if it causes a fight, because 5 swords will cause a fight. There'll be an argument. But if you do want your happiness, it feels like this week you're thinking about, do I say something? Yeah, you do. And I think that you're the one that's going to take charge of it here. That's what the Emperor's for. I feel like the Death card is telling me that something is going to end here. And I feel like what's going to end is your silence. I don't think that this relationship's going to end. I think your silence is going to end, and you're taking charge now. You're going to be saying things instead of listening and taking orders. You're going to be saying something here. Just want to look at this. Yeah, there's going to be communication with your Queen here. And it feels like there needs to be some type of an apology. I feel like you're going to talk to the Queen about it. I feel as though you're going to try and be as kind as you can with the Knight of Cups. But I feel as though this is something that is really important for you to talk about. And it feels like right now your relationship is purely physical. That's what it feels like. That, you know, the 10 of Cups is here. It's like a family, maybe. You live in a family or in a family unit. You live together. But it feels like, it feels as though that it's predominantly a physical connection right now, yeah. Could be connecting with someone who's a Capricorn or Taurus or Virgo, because this is a general reading. We have, communication. We need to talk about stuff. Yeah, there's a decision to be made here. I'm not really all that happy. 9 of Cups is in the reverse. That's what it looks like. All right. Libra, this is you. Libra, we have a full moon coming up in your sign, don't we, hey? Yep, I think that's what it is. The full moon in Libra that's coming up on the 6th/7th, wherever you are in the world. Here we go. Libra, if you're interested in a private read, please look below. You will find everything you need by the yellow dot. Libra, what's coming up for you this week? Your sneak peek for this week, Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra. All right, we have you in the 4 of Cups. Why is that? Why is Libra in the 4 of Cups, please? Okay. Because there is judgment coming. Okay, so you're trying to have the courage, I feel, to take a shot here at something that something that has been very stagnant emotionally for a long time. I feel like you're making a big decision, one that's, for some of you, that's going to change your life. Others of you, that you are making a decision to resurrect something or try and breathe life back into something that you think is done or that you thought was done. The thing is the universe is giving you another chance. We are coming up to Mercury retrograde. We're in the shadow period as of the 7th. And we're going to be seeing this card of judgment. We're going to be seeing it over and over again. I want to be... what I want to say is based on what I'm looking at here. It almost like someone is drinking the poison and expecting not to burn. So if that is you, the person who's been quietly angry at someone, I feel that this is your chance to connect with that person and make amends. It feels like you are angry with someone, and you can't expect that you're not going to get sick if you drink that poison, because forgiveness isn't about them, it's about you. Stop hurting yourself. All right. I feel like you want to be seen here. Yeah, you want to come out and be seen. You're worried about it, though. You're worried about whether or not you're going to get reciprocity, because I feel like it's been quiet here. I feel like you feel overwhelmed emotionally at the thought of being strong enough to be able to pull yourself out of the 4 of Cups in order to give some reciprocity to someone. There was an ending with. Okay. So it feels as though there was an ending between you and someone else, I feel, or the closing of a chapter. A successful closing of a chapter. I don't think it was terrible, but I think it was necessary. And it feels like this world is no longer, we're not going back there. It's no longer offered. It feels like this is closed. This is a closed deal and karma's been served. But I feel as though the 7 of Cups is telling me that you still think about this. You think about, I feel like that's why the Judgment card is here. Because you are thinking about that chapter as it closed and how emotionally I think you've had no closure. I think that's what the 7 of Cups and the World card is telling me, that you really haven't had any closure. And since then, you've been trying to be really brave and courageous about the 4 of Cups, but it's been really hard. Tell me about the World card. Could be dealing with someone who's an Aries. Just pulled the Magician. Could be dealing with someone who is Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo, or Taurus, a fixed sign. We do have Pisces and Virgo here. We have Leo. I feel like you have been manifesting someone that you're attracted to. They could be Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. I feel as though that there was a chapter that closed with you and somebody else that you were very attracted to. There was a lot of chemistry, I feel. A lot of felt like magic chemistry. Tell me why this closed then. Why is this chapter closed? Because somebody stalled. Somebody decided they wanted to go back to the crossroads and make a different decision or take a different path in love. Someone felt like it was time to go. I feel like somebody closed a cycle with you or a chapter with you. This person went because they felt like it was time to go. Temperance is here. It's the balance and the moment of alchemy in love, and I got to go back to the crossroads. I can't do this anymore. So it feels like there was somebody here that you're trying to manifest back because this person left, I think. Either they left you or you left them. Take that as it resonates. There may have been some harsh words that were spoken at the end, and passionate harsh words. It feels like you two really do have a connection, though, that you have a history with each other. You have a friendship connection, or you have this soul connection that you can't get rid of here. I feel like you feel it all the time, but you're scared to move forward. It's Judgment. I feel like you no longer want to you're tired of being scared. Like you're constantly, I feel like you're living in some type of scarcity. The Two of Pentacles is here along with the Devil. I don't know why I can't get the words out. Gosh. The Devil is here with the Two of Pentacles, which tells me it's been really hard for you, that either money is really short or that you've been juggling a lot of toxic thoughts. It feels like you do want to have another shot at being stable and dependable and generous and all of those things that the King is. Maybe you want to give it a shot at being a father. You want to be stable. It feels like there is fear because you have scarcity. That you really, the only thing between you and your success, I believe, who is the King of Pentacles, I feel is the Devil. Yeah, you have to overcome those feelings. So I feel like you are scared. You are scared that you'll be hurt again. I feel like you think you'll get harsh words. And I feel like you're trying to make a decision to move forward, but you're scared you're going to get your heart hurt. So I think that this week, Libra, you're going to have to make a decision about whether or not you're going to move forward. I think this is the week that you're going to make the decision. It's not like you have to. You don't really have to. But I feel like for your own mental health, yeah, for your heart health, I think you should. Okay. Scorpio, how are you, my friends? This is the place where I always stop and take a drink. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're well. Happy midweek. Oh, look at that. Happy midweek-ish to you. You'll probably get this on early Wednesday morning. So I hope you're well, Scorpio. Let's take a look for you, your sneak peek for this week. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Scorpio, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio, sneak peek for this week. Scorpio, if you're interested in a private read, please look down in the description below. You will find everything you need by the yellow dot. All right, tell me about it. Tell me about Scorpio this week, please. Scorpio this week. Scorpio this week, please. Thank you. What do we got here? All right. I think you really need to remind yourself of who you are sometimes. Scorpio, you've come this far, right? You're doing it on your own. Nobody's given you anything. You worked for all of it. It feels like you have been silent with someone who you think no longer has any feelings for you, or there's an unrequited love situation, I feel that you have been... I think that the reason that you're still single is because you think that there's somebody here who doesn't love you. Like, I feel like you're stuck on someone. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Keeping it all inside, not really saying anything. I don't have much clarity. Kind of up in my head about it. Because you don't have clarity. I feel like you've been doing a lot of work. I feel like you're working a lot to probably try and keep ahead of your head stuff. The Knight of Cups in the reverse at the very top of your mind, though, the crowning of the reading tells me that you feel that, you know, what's the point of saying anything? This is unrequited love. This person's just going to shut me down anyway. I feel like the Ace of Swords is giving me a little bit of pessimism. You know, no clarity. I don't really know. I feel like you want to be seen by someone, that you need clarity on a situation. The Sun is the place where you grow, though, and it feels like you want to be seen and you want to grow. I think that the only way you're not growing right now is in love, and I think it's as you see it, to be honest. You could be dealing with a Leo. I think that you want to materialize something here, and you are undecided as to whether it's going to work or it's going to grow. Can we make it grow? Because the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. Ten of Cups in the reverse. Wow. It feels like a lot of pessimistic energy. It feels as though you want this to work out. The Sun is here. You want to be seen. You're standing in your power. I feel like you're very grounded, and you're looking at things with a very logical point of view. The Sun is here, which means you want to be seen by this person that you have feelings for, but the Knight of Cups is in the reverse. So you feel like this is an unrequited love situation, and that even if you ask them out, they may say no. And that's the truth, but no risk, no reward. It's how it is, right? Is how it is. You can sit behind the fear wall for all of your life, or you can go for it. It's up to you. We all have that choice. Yep. We all make excuses as to why we can't do it, but they're all excuses of our own. We all have our own excuses, y'all. Ten of Cups in the reverse. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think we can live together. Really, we need to talk about things. Like, it feels like the Ten of Cups is in the reverse because I don't feel like we can, like, maybe it just doesn't work out. Maybe we just don't get our families together. Just listening. You need to have courage. Yeah. You need to have courage that something will come, that something will, and I mean, it's really up to you. You are the pilot. You are the one who's manifesting. You are the one who has either the negative or the positive thoughts. Understand that manifestations are manifestations, and the universe doesn't understand your emotion. That's not how the universe works. It's not about emotion for the universe. It's not how it is. So I feel as though you juggle. You juggle with, should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Some days you feel strong enough to face it. I feel like this is what you're doing, though. I feel like it's almost as if you feel like you have enough positive energy that you can endure the answer no matter what it is. I think that you should go for it. I think that the Sun is here with the Page of Pentacles for a reason. And that is because you're going to get total clarity if you get this meeting, call this meeting, or materialize whatever it is that you're materializing. I feel like you are looking at making some type of an investment here. It could be a financial investment for sure. It could be an investment in a Taurus. It could be a brand new financial thing. 2, 3, 4 pentacles. We're not saying anything about it. Don't tell anybody about your business, okay? I'm just going to say. Got the Hermit and the 4 of Pentacles. So it feels like you're holding on to this wisdom that the ships are coming in for you, that things are going to work out to your advantage. And I feel that's your psychic you. I feel like the Hermit tells me that you are by yourself, likely taking care of business by yourself. Maybe you own a business, but maybe you're working a lot. And I think whilst you're working, I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is always on your mind. I feel like you've been disconnected from somebody here, that maybe you haven't been speaking to them because the Ace of Swords is in the reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles, and got 2, 3, 4. We're quiet. We're not saying anything. Holding on to it. The 4 of Pentacles is here, right? Tell me more about this 10 of Cups in reverse. What's going on here? Why do you think the 10 of Cups is in the reverse? Because you've changed so much, and so have they, and you haven't heard anything from them. There's been no communication here, and it feels like they're moving on without you. The Queen of Wands is happy and moving forward, and it feels like the Eight of Wands is here in the reverse, saying that things have screeched to a screeching halt, and that I feel like there's been no communication here between you. The transformation that's coming here is that I feel that you are going to change your mind about the 10 of Cups being in the reverse. I feel like you're going to speak to this person about a partnership. Yeah, I feel like you're going to take action even though you're worried or scared that they're going to say no. You've been disconnected for a long time, and now you're behind the fear wall, but it's time for you to take charge. Yeah. I think that you're the one that's supposed to reach out. It could begin a new chapter here. Someone who's very bored. I feel like there's 9 cups here, right? 4 and 5 is 9. We've got 9 cups here. It feels like you feel bad about whatever's gone on in the past, but you're bored and it's time to go. Yeah, you need to stop standing your ground. If you want this to work, you need to strive for balance. I mean, we saw Libra. Maybe it's around the full moon, right? Absolutely. All right. Sagittarius, you are next, my friend. Here we go, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I am your Saggy sister. It's in my rising sign. And thank you so much for coming here, for clicking here, whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or you are the cross watcher. If you're interested in a private read, though, please look down below by the yellow dot. Everything you need is there. Readings begin at $40. Email me if you have any questions about my process, but all my pricing is on Wizio, so I won't be sending you pricing through email. All right, here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Here we go. Sagittarius. Tell me about Sag. Well, it comes up with the 10 of Cups in reverse. Interesting, Sag, because I just did Scorpio, and they had 10 of Cups in reverse as well. Eight of Wands. Feels like somebody may have been in a relationship, and it feels as though the 10 of Cups could be a family, and if it's yours, I'm sorry, but it's in the reverse. So it feels like that we need to talk about some type of partnership because something has come to an end, or I'm no longer happy. I'm no longer in this family unit. For some of you, this is a relationship that feels like it's 3 of Pentacles. It feels like there's like no emotion left here, that we're starting to treat each other like we're partners, like we're in Pentacles. I don't mean partners, because partners can be very much in love, but we have the 3 of Pentacles, and that is, it's more about business lunches and let's have a meeting, and it feels like we got to talk about that. Yeah, it feels like there's no more feelings here, or we got to talk about if there's feelings here, or is this going any further than the Three of Pentacles? It feels like something goes from the Ten of Cups in the reverse, something that you thought was going to be quite happy and fun, and it's sort of reduced to the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's no longer happy and fun. It's more businesslike. I think you're holding on to closure. Yeah, I think you want closure. And the Two of Pentacles tells me that you're not speaking to this person right now, or it's been very silent. The Four of Pentacles, and then we got 2 and 3 is 5. It feels like there has been silence here, that we've kind of not been talking to each other. And I think it's because of the Ten of Cups, honestly, that we're not talking to each other. We're both silent, not giving you anything. You're not giving me anything. We might be juggling life right now. And then, wow, okay. So what I'm going to say then is that Ten of Cups is telling me that you were probably in some type of relationship, or what you thought might be a relationship, or maybe work out to be a relationship, but instead of gaining momentum, it lost momentum. Everybody was juggling, it feels like. We tried to give each other reciprocity, and we tried to keep in touch with each other and talk, but it was just too much. There was too much juggling going on. And so we went from, I feel the Ten of Cups is telling me that, you know, we just really, it never really got off the ground emotionally, that we end up with sort of a meeting type mentality here. Yeah. But it feels like for you, Sagittarius, it's like just as this is breaking down, or that there's complete silence and no closure for you, it feels like the Tower drops the King of Cups in your lap with the Nine of Cups. That's what it looks like. Yeah. There we go. It looks like the universe just kind of says, okay, fine, mourn what you got to mourn, get out of that energy, because here comes the King of Cups. So if you thought it was good or fun with the Ten of Cups in the reverse and the Three of Pentacles, wait. Just wait, Sagittarius, because here comes the Tower, and the Tower is bringing the Nine of Cups and the King of Cups. Let's clarify this Tower. Let's clarify the Tower. Clarify the Tower for Sagittarius, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. It feels like it rocks you right out of this Four of Pentacles, a place where you're not really communicating with people. You know, you could be nursing your wounds. Oh boy. Ace of Cups. The Tower is coming to break it, all the illusion down. This thing that you thought you were sad about is you didn't get closure, I feel. For some of you, you didn't get the closure that you wanted, because the Eight of Wands is here. It's like, I want communication about the Ten of Cups in reverse. Can you tell me what went wrong here? I feel like you're waiting for communication. I don't think you're getting that communication, to be honest. But what I do feel you're getting is some type of Tower here. The King of Cups is Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Doesn't have to be any of those signs, y'all, but the King of Cups is someone who is emotionally available. This is the one that's romantic and dotes and is very beautiful and ushy-mushy under the surface, and on the surface, very in charge. And, you know, whether feminine or masculine, is somebody who is very in charge of them and very appropriate and very smart and high-level thinker. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. So I feel like that this person who is the King of Cups, whether they are actually a water sign or not, the Three of Cups is telling me that this is a reunion. So there is a reunion here, and it feels like the Tower comes, and somebody single has got a cup in their hand. The Ace of Cups is here. I think it's the King. So whether this is the person who's emotionally available and, heart chakra's open, whether it's that type of person, no matter what their sign is, or whether they are a water sign, they're bringing the 9 of Cups. And they're holding the 10th. One more for the Tower. We've got the King of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. So, yeah, it looks like somebody who could be an Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, doesn't have to be, but it feels like somebody here has decided to drop their burdens and to get a little more grounded, more down to earth. It feels like getting stable in this power that you have. So Sagittarius, I feel like you are someone who's in your power. So you are the 9 of Pentacles. You don't really need anybody's help. You've got all the pentacles that you need. But I feel like this king is coming in to bring a pentacle to you. There is going to be some sort of a reunion or a happy type social event here. And it feels like at this social event is where you drop the burdens. The King of Pentacles could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could just be someone who's really into money in the financial sector, somebody who is runs a business, or maybe he's the accountant. I say he because it's a guy on the picture here, but please know we're not reading body parts. Feminine or masculine, this person could be an accountant or an actuary dealing in money, the bean counter, the person who's good with cash, the person who is saving money. And it feels like this person feels like there is competition for you. All right. We've got the 5 of Cups. So we're looking into the past with a little bit of regret. We've got the Queen of Cups. So it looks like the king is showing up because you are the soulmate. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, but you're not exactly sold on whether or not you're going to say yes to the king. And I think it's because of the 5 of Cups. I think there's history. I think there's a little bit of sadness or a little bit of sad history that goes along with this reading. I feel that the Queen of Cups might be in a bit of regret, or might be in some sadness, or missing the king. And it feels like the Ace of Pentacles being in the reverse is just, I'm not really sure. Somebody's going to talk to you. Yeah. It feels like there's somebody here who's changing their mind or making a decision, even though it scares the hell out of them. So I think that this person is really scared. There's the Ace of Cups again. This person is really scared that when they do finally get to you, that you're probably going to turn them down. You're going to turn down the opportunity here. Yeah, the 2 of Wands tells me that this person is terrified, but they're going back to the 2 of Wands anyway to make a decision to take a different path. They're coming to you, right? And I feel like they're coming with the Ace of Cups, but I think that the devil is here throwing all kinds of angst and doubt and fear and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So this person, I feel, is someone you may have had harsh words with. This person could be a business owner. They are the 6 of Cups, so they could be someone you've known for a very long time. Empress is in the reverse with the 2 of Cups, so you're not sure if the Empress is in love. Yeah. So you could be the Empress, or this could be your Empress, but it feels like the Empress is not feeling connected to the 2 of Cups right now. This could, okay, the Empress is probably a friend, Charlie said. The Empress is probably a friend. Maybe someone who's not feeling themselves or doesn't see their worth, or maybe you don't see their worth. It feels like, though, first impression here is that the Empress is unsure about the 2 of Cups. She knows that it's there, but she's not really sure if she's down with it. No, because I think the 5 of Swords is here next to the 6 of Cups, and it tells me that there was some harsh conversation between you and a friend, or you and a soulmate. And the 9 of Pentacles tells me you become single, or you are single, and you just head on into victory. I feel like that you two take a different path. You two take different paths, but it's time to come back around. There you go. I can't write that stuff. It's been taking a while. Ten of Swords tells me there could have been a harsh ending and it's been taking forever to come back together, but there's the Lovers and the Ace of Swords. We are going to talk about it. All right. Okie dokie then. Let me get those out there. I did. Good. All right, Sag. That's for you this week. All right, Capricorn, here we are for you. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. How are you, Capricorn? I hope you're well. And thank you for clicking here, whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or you are a cross watcher. Thank you so much. Here we go. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're interested in a private read, Capricorn, you can look below. There's a yellow dot in the description. You'll see everything you need there in order to book an appointment with me. All right, here we go. We've got the Three of Cups and the Page of Coins. Interesting. Capricorn. And the Five of Coins. It almost feels as though you're missing someone. Your person could be someone who's a water sign or an earth sign. I feel like there's been a disconnect between you and your abundance, is what I want to say. The Three of Cups tells me that you want there to be some sort of a reunion with some reciprocity, but you know that you've been disconnected from this person for a while. The Page of Coins is here to tell me that you want to materialize something, or we want to start again or try something new. Or can I offer you something? Can I take you out for coffee? Can we go for a walk? The Three of Cups tells me about a reunion of sorts. That there is some type of... Oh, somebody might offer to take you out to a social place. Yeah. I feel like you're just really closed off, though. I feel like you are... Like this, it almost feels like this hurt. This Page of Coins is like, oh, I have to start all over again. And then the Five of Coins is like, I'm feeling so pissed off and disconnected about that. It feels like there is an energy here of feeling like you want the reciprocity, but you're not getting it. I think that the Three of Cups is here to save you, honestly. I feel like the Three of Cups, I think you need to get out. It feels like the frustration of Groundhog Day. Same thing keeps happening over and over again. Feeling very closed off. You might be working. You might be starting a business, starting something new. We have the Page of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So you are going to get a message. There is going to be some type of passionate message that's coming toward you. And it is... someone who wants to take you out or wants to go for coffee or something small. Someone just wants to see you, I think. I think this person feels like you are sturdy and solid, that you're someone who takes care of business. I feel like this person sees you as really abundant. I don't think you're feeling abundant. I'm just going to say with the Five of Coins here, I don't think you're feeling all that abundant. I think you're feeling closed off. And you might be feeling closed off when this message comes in. It could be from a Taurus. It doesn't have to be. Could be a message from the higher self. But for most of you, I think it's not. I feel like it's a passionate message that comes in. The Hierophant could be here like saying that maybe this person is very traditional in the way that they think about the Ten of Pentacles. That somebody's very traditional in the way they send their passionate message. It might not be off the hook passionate. It just may be... fun and flirty, yeah, and young, and yeah, they just might be really, really flirty with you. I feel like you are... I feel like you're learning and teaching about money. That you're the teacher of abundance. Tell me more about this. What's this? What's this Hierophant? It almost feels like the Page of Swords and the Hierophant. It's like your higher self is knocking you on the head and trying to get you to go a different direction. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and the teacher is here, and so is the student. It feels as though you're supposed to be learning something about the higher self and your spirituality. This Page of Wands message that's coming in from someone who wants to take you out, I feel is going to try and rock you out of this very serious energy. Taurus energy is very serious. This Hierophant energy is very serious. I feel like you get some sort of a communication, Eight of Wands, from someone who you haven't spoken to in a while, but someone also who's been watching you. And also I feel like you've had some sort of a disappointing situation with this person. And it could be why you're in the Five of Pentacles. You could have been closed off from them after heartbreak. Either you broke their heart or they broke yours. It's someone you haven't seen in a long time, someone you haven't spoken with in a long time. Someone that possibly lied to you about wanting to have stability in a relationship when really they were just the Knight of Wands. This person didn't give you any stability, but I feel like you wanted stability from them, but they weren't willing to give it to you. I feel like you're supposed to be learning that. The Ten of Pentacles is here. For some of you, you might already be in a relationship, and this is something that's going on around the outside. But it feels like you are supposed to be learning about how abundant you can be should you pay attention to your higher self. What are they going to ask you? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this person that is going to connect with you is someone who has really been wanting to speak with you. The Wheel of Fortune is here. It tells me that it's destiny, that this person does message you and pull you out of this very serious energy that you've been in. I think you need an adventure. I know you're a Capricorn, but you could have some sort of fire in the chart. Like, I feel like you need an adventure. You know what it is? It's a breath of fresh air for this Page of Wands to show up and bust you out of this very serious energy. Yeah. Because I think you've been living in some sort of serious, heavy energy for a bit. Tell me about this Eight of Wands. What's the communication, please, for Capricorn? Tell me about the Eight of Wands. What's the communication, please? What are you learning about? We've got the Seven of Swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Death card. Somebody's going to tell you that, I feel like what they're going to do is they're going to reveal that you've always been the place where they wanted to invest. Something has come to the end for them. And I feel like also the Death card is here just to say that we need to start talking again. It's time to transform this energy. The Seven of Swords is here, and it feels like that was cloaking the Ace of Pentacles. It feels like the transformation here is that somebody, I think, that you wanted to commit to back there now is coming to you and wants to commit to you. But it's taken so very long and you haven't heard from them. It's been silent. You've been disconnected. I feel like this person is very busy and might be juggling a lot of things, but I feel like they're going to ask you out, and that's the beginning of all of this. I feel like if you get an invitation from someone, you should go. Yeah. Because I feel like you've been wanting this or you've been manifesting it, and I feel like here it is, but you got to get out of this Five of Pentacles energy. If this is something that you want and it's been taking a very long time, it feels like it was something that ended in a disappointing way, but I feel like the Death card is here to transform all of it. This person, I feel like you wanted a relationship, they wanted just passionate times, and they're making a decision to give you reciprocity. I think this person has kind of been not saying anything about how much they really truly do want to have reciprocity here. They do want the communication and the conversation. This person's probably going to, this person is going to show up super good looking. I'm just saying, they see your worth though. Empress. Yeah. Capricorn is the Empress in training. Absolutely. The King of Swords is in the reverse. It feels like somebody comes in with very scattered ideas, like scattered thoughts, scattered words. It's like this person can't keep it together. I think they're just excited that they're able to connect with you, honestly. Yeah, they didn't want to be apart from you. 8 of Cups, 8 of Swords. It took them a long time to make the decision to come back to you, to try this again, but they're gonna give it a shot. I feel like you're gonna get some type of communication from somebody. And it's likely someone from the past. Sorry to say, but it is. I don't make the rules. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Just saying. All right, let's take a look, Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius, how are you, my loves? I hope you are well. If you're interested in a private read, please look below in the description. There is the yellow dot. You'll find everything you need there if you need a private read. Would love to see ya. All right. Here we go, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's talk about Aquarius, please. All right. Got the 3 of Wands. What is coming in on those ships? Ships are coming in, and what's going on? Aquarius. Oh, 10 of Cups. Okay. Tell me more, Aquarius. Tell me more about Aquarius, please. Ooh, okay. Well, I don't know what that was all about, but let's put some of that back. And it brought us the King of Swords. The King of Swords is going to make a ta-da kind of entrance. That's what it feels like. Yeah, because all those cards were all over the place. It feels like when the King of Swords is in the room, you know, it shifts the room. King of Swords is, of course, Aquarius, right? Could be masculine or feminine. I feel as though you're still hoping that your ships are going to come in, Aquarius. That the 10 of Cups are coming for you. We have the 6 of Pentacles. What else do we have? The 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. Boy, we're all in the Pentacles today. What's going on? All right. You're waiting for someone to give you reciprocity and love. It feels like you have been working on yourself, and as you work on yourself, I feel like you're still waiting for the ships to come in. It feels as though I think that you think, Aquarius, if you work on yourself, that's what will bring your ships in. And I think you're right. I think you are right. But I think that I also feel as though you need to disconnect from the idea of getting reciprocity and love. That's, I think, what the 5 of Pentacles is. It's like you need to ignore this. This is what you need to do right now. Your ships are going to come in if you continue to work on yourself. If you continue to pray and meditate and go for long walks and do whatever it is that you need to do to stay in your healthy mental energy. Now, the thing is this, is the King of Swords is Aquarius, and is a fixed sign. So I know that some of you are going to have a hard time with that. But it feels like there is a lot of work to do. Yeah, that you need to work on yourself and not worry about getting reciprocity and love here. The 10 of Cups is here. There will be reciprocity, but understand there's a reason that you're disconnected from it now. It's because you need to work on the self. You're standing your ground on something. You're standing your ground on who you think should take the first step forward. So it feels like you want to reach out to them first, Aquarius. Or you feel like you want to take charge of the situation, but it feels like the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles have you stuck. That you're stuck in your Aquarius energy, that you're stuck in the mind about holding your ground and keeping silent. I feel like you do want to charge forward or move forward with this. You want to take charge of it. But you don't want to fight about it. The thing is this, is that, you know, you can say you don't want to fight about it, but, you know, if you're going to stand on a point and you're going to be in the Seven of Wands, you're going to stand on a point. And I don't want to fight about it doesn't mean that I get to say what I want and you don't get to say what you want. That's not the way a fight does not occur. Yeah. It will naturally occur in that environment. Honestly, I think that I feel as though eventually you come to the decision that the Ten of Swords is where it's supposed to be, that the cycle is supposed to end, that you really need to be working on the self, and that the Five of Swords is here to say it is. I think it's like if you don't close the cycle, you're fooling yourself. This person is holding the Three Swords, right? If you don't close the chapter, it might end up being disappointing. If you don't close the cycle, I mean, sorry. Yeah, it doesn't end here. It doesn't end here. You know, if you are going to stand your ground back here and be silent, it feels like you want to move forward and you want to take charge of the situation, but before you get a chance to, this cycle is going to close. I feel like it's a good thing because I feel as though there was probably a lot of angst or tension or arguing here, and it was very emotional for you. It feels like with the King of Cups, though, and the Judgment and the Seven of Cups, it tells me you're going to have a lot of opportunities that are emotional that are coming toward you. And I think that you're hyper fixated on a situation that didn't work out for you. You're so interested in what didn't work out that's what you're manifesting, things that are not going to work out. So I feel as though the work that needs to be done is in the thoughts. I think rather than saying, I'm never going to have that, start saying, I am attracting that. I am going to receive that. I'm going to live in my life as though I already have that, so I can be prepared for when it does arrive. Because I feel like with the Judgment card, it's telling me that it's going to arrive. If you choose it, it's going to arrive. Yeah. And it's attached to the King of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So it feels like we go from not feeling all that great about a situation that didn't work out, but understand that, you know, rejection's protection, and it's the truth. What's your advice? Stay stable. Work on yourself until you can get to the point where the Empress is, where you don't need anyone. If you feel like you need someone, then that tells you that you're not quite at the Empress level yet. I feel as though when you get to the Empress level, you're able to let go emotionally because you're going to be very balanced, because that's who that is. Taurus is very grounded and down to earth, right? Dependable. And Libra is very balanced and always needs justice and keeping things in order. But the Knight of Cups tells me, or sorry, the Eight of Cups with the Empress tells me that you just need to be able to disconnect from whatever's back here, because there's so much more coming in the future that's going to be amazing for you. There you go. I don't got to say more than that. There we go. Ace of Pentacles. There is something coming up that's going to change your life, but if you can't give up what's in the past, you're never going to be able to move forward. All right. And my Pisces peoples, my Two Fishes friends, how are you? I am your Two Fishes sister here. I'm Two Fishes in my moon sign. I'm a Pisces moon. Thank you so much for clicking here, whether you are the cross watcher or you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter, Pisces. Let's find out what's going on for you, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you're interested in a private read, Pisces, please look into the description. Go look for the yellow dot. You'll see everything you need there. All right. Okay. Here we go. We've got the Two of Pentacles. Oh, and the Death card. Something that's ended has left you juggling. Juggling what? There's been a transformational energy come through here. And I think it's already in the past. I think you've already transformed. Tell me why the Two of Pentacles is here. Seven of Wands. Interesting. I feel like right now you're juggling a lot of things. Like, I think just a lot of 3D things. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything particularly, but I feel like money, kids, life, whatever it is, you're just juggling it all. I feel like you ended something, and so now you're very focused on the juggle, I think. You're trying to get stability, you're trying to stand your ground, but you're very focused on what you're juggling here. I think you're going to be fine. You know, it feels like with the Empress energy here, I think that you've had maybe a level up, or you've had some sort of an ascension. It feels like the transformation is the Empress. So I feel like you have better balance, better understanding. Taurus, Libra, right? Venusian, loving everything, loving everyone. It feels like with the Moon card here, that there is something here that is not as it seems. The juggling is not as it seems. Okay. Okay. You know what? It's come out in the last three hands. It's all over the place. We've got on the 7th of April, we go into the shadow phase, running into a couple of weeks of shadow phase before we have the Mercury goes into retrograde on the 21st. So probably why we're always seeing the Judgment card here lately. So Judgment, I feel what you don't see, my dear Empress, is that since you've had the transformation and now you have a better understanding of everything, a far better balance, you know your power, you see your power, you know your worth. I think what you don't see is that the Judgment is here. I think the Moon, you are the one who's very busy with juggling life. I feel like you're juggling your life, holding things down. I feel like you're the one who's like out front, you're taking care of business, but I feel like what you don't see while you're taking care of business is that the Judgment card is here. It feels like somebody wants to come forward. Tell me more. You've been feeling this. You know it's coming. Pisces, there you are, the High Priestess. You know it's coming. Yeah. Three of Wands. And the Ace of Cups. Your ships are coming in. You know it. Whatever this Judgment card is, if this is someone who is coming back round, it feels like a situation that you don't see that is coming back together, or the High Priestess is telling me that you feel it, you know it. I think you have a knowing. The High Priestess is here, Pisces energy. I think you know the ships are about to come in. I think you know that there is a conversation that's coming, or communication, that there is the Seven of Cups here, and the Seven of Cups makes you feel overwhelmed and passionate about the situation that's about to happen, and it's coming. And once it does, it's going to be the biggest confirmation of your damn life. That's what it feels like. There is somebody coming in quite quickly. They could be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. This person, I feel, comes with a lot of energy. And I also feel that they have a lot of things to talk about. The Ace of Swords with the Seven of Cups tells me that we got to go over all of it. I need clarity on all the damn cups. Or, you know, are you entertaining anyone else emotionally? This person, I feel, is very passionate about you. I feel like they're coming in with the Ace of Cups as well. And I don't know if you're going to take it. You're going to think about it, I think. Yep. Tell me what's coming in for the Empress. Tell me what the Judgment card is about. What's coming in for the Empress, please? Three of Swords. Person who broke your heart in love. The person who you had the harsh words with. Somebody that it might have been an intense or tense situation. I feel like one of you had bigger love for the other than the other did. And I only say that because I see that the feminine's looking off into the distance, but he's gazing directly at her. She kind of knows, she knows her worth. That's why the sun's there. Yeah. It feels, though, that this person that's coming back around is someone who disappointed you in love. Someone you may have had some harsh words with. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse and the Five of Wands. This person could be someone who is no longer in a relationship that they were in. There may have been competition for love. They may have been put in a third party. Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. So I just ignored it and I kept working. Queen of Wands, and then I lost interest. So it feels like somebody here has, the person who's coming back was probably engaged with someone else not engaged, but engaged with someone else in a relationship type thing that didn't work out. Yeah, the Three of Cups is here. There may have been a third party here and created competition. And then this person turned their back from the competition to their work and they just kept working. Queen of Wands is here in the reverse. Then I lost interest. I lost interest because this person's way too much about their ego and not enough about the relationship here. Yeah, so somebody here makes a decision. Looking at the situation, trying to make a decision of what I should do next. Yeah, it feels like you're going to see the lover. That's what it feels like. Yeah. All right. Or the lover's coming to see you. One of the two. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you, and I am out for now. But I'll be back with readings. Of course I will be. Love you guys. Bye-bye.